Hi everyone. Today our topic is about object design specifying interface. So this is an overview of interface specification. It includes interface specification activities includes the following activities. Identify missing attributes and operations, specify visibility and signatures, specify contracts. So the overview of interface specification is that at this point in system development, we have made many decisions about the system and the analysis object model, the system and the subsystem decomposition, system and hardware software mapping, system and boundary use cases, system and design patterns. So these are the activities. This is the overview of interface specification. And at the end of this interface specification include these following activities. That is identifying missing attributes and operations. What is that? What the sentence mean? During this activity, we examine each subsystem service and each analysis object. Okay. Then we identify missing operations and attributes that are needed to realize the subsystem service. That is going under identifying missing attributes and operations. And the second is specify visibility and signature. During this activity, we decide which operations are available to other objects and subsystems and which are used only within a subsystem. We only specify the return type of each operation as well as the number and the type of its parameters. The goal of this activity is to reduce coupling among subsystems and provide a small and simple interface that can be understood easily by a single developer. And the third one is specifying contracts. It means that during this activity, we describe in terms of constraints the behavior of the operation provided by each object. Then we will go to interface specification concept. So it includes class implementer, type signature and visibility, contracts, object constraint language, OCL collections, OCL qualifiers. So these are the interface specification concept. So what do you mean by the first one we will take, that is class implementer, class extender and class user. So, this what you mean by class implementer? The class implementer is responsible for implementing the class and needs to know what services and interfaces to provide. Then class extender is there. The class extender writes specialization of the class and needs to know the services and data members accessible to subclasses. Then class user is there, uses the class and needs to know what services and interfaces are publicly available. So this is the figure showing class implementer, class extender and the class user role. This is a UML diagram. The class user, called class, class implementer, a realized class and class extender, refined class. And the second point is types, signatures, and visibility. What do you mean by types, signatures, and visibility? So the type of an attribute specifies the range of values the attribute can take and the operations that can be applied to the attribute. So type includes the data types of members and method parameters such as ins, floats, doubles, etc. Then we know what is a signature. So signature means is a method documents the number and the type of its parameters and its return value. Given an operation, the tuple made out of the types of its parameters and the type of the return value is called signature of the operation. The third is visibility. The visibility of a method or a data member documents what class of accessor has what access to the item. The different types of visibility is there, private, public and protected and package. So private members is denoted by a minus. It means that private members are only accessible by the members of the class. Then plus means public members are accessible by any method or function that wants access. And the package protected members are accessible only to members of the class and its descendants. Then package members are accessible only to members of the nearest enclosing package. So notice that Java has the concept of packages and C++ has the concept of friendship, which are similar but different means of implementing accessibility to a limited group of closely related class. So this is the declaration of the tournament class is there. Tournament classes. This we can see the accessibility is shown in the figure. And third one is contracts invariance. This, in contracts, it includes invariance, precondition, and post condition. What do you mean by contracts? What do you mean by contract? Any idea about what you mean by contract? Contracts are constraints on a class that enable class users, implementers, and extenders to share the same assumptions about the class. The different types of contracts: invariant, precondition, postcondition. An invariant is a predicate that is always true for all instances of a class. Then a precondition is a predicate that must be true before an operation is invoked. Then postcondition is a predicate that must be true after an operation is completed. The contract paradigm of programming states that those invoke an operation are responsible for ensuring the preconditions, and the implementer of the operation is responsible for ensuring the postconditions only when the preconditions are met. The class implementer has no responsibility for handling cases in which the preconditions are not met and anything could legally happen in that case. Obviously, the class implementer is responsible for clearly documenting the necessary preconditions for the class. This approach to programming eliminates redundant error checking and clearly identifies who is responsible for what, but can lead to unquote errors if the preconditions are not specified clearly or if the programmer who invokes the method does not check the preconditions carefully. And last one is object constraint language, that is OCL, Boolean expressions which evaluate to true or false. OCLs can be attached to class diagrams as nodes. We can see that uh, OCLs can be attached to class diagrams as nodes or as test expressions. So constraint examples. The maximum number of players in a tournament must be a positive number. So uh, can be written as contest, tournament, invariant, set self dot get maximum players greater than 0. And a player cannot join the same tournament more than once. Then we will apply precondition. So in OCL language, that is object constraint language, we will write as contest tournament accept player, we use a term pre like this: is player accepted p. Number of players in a tournament cannot exceed the maximum, then you use contest tournament accept player we player pre get numbers less than get maximum number players. The result of accepting a player to tournament is that the player is accepted. So contest tournament accept player B player post is player accepted. When a player is accepted to a tournament, the number of players increases by once. So uh, contest tournament accept player P player post get numbers is equal to self at pre dot get number plus 1. Three constraints for the remove player method is shown here in the figure. So in this we can see the method declaration for the tournament class annotated with the preconditions, post conditions and invariants. This is OCL collections. It includes sets, bags, and sequences. What is a set? set is a collection of unique items without regard in order. A sequence is an ordered set. A byte is a set that may contain duplicates. Special operations for working on collections. Size means the number of elements in the collection. Then includes object is true. If the collection includes the object, select expression a subset of the collection for which the expression is true. Then union collection, the set of elements in either one of the two collections. Then intersection collection is their set of elements in both of two collections. And then asset collection embraces a set form a bag. So this is the associations among tournament and player classes in arena, league tournament asset classes. Um, then OCL qualifiers for all analysts. Every match within a tournament must start and end during the tournament. At least one match must start on the first day of a tournament. Then interface specification activities that are there that I will tell you in next class. Till then, bye.